Hi everyone, we're back with Efisia. We took a little break. And
Yeah, we need a break. Personally, I was quite
yeah,
busy.
busy.
How about you,
Yeah,
Oksana?
I
We
just
have
finished
great
my
news.
course yesterday, and we looked at some things and events in Christmas and New Year is coming up, and I would like to go to see. I looked into the timeline for myself because everybody says that if Putin dies, everything's going to be fine. The thing is, what I see personally, I see another figure standing up, and he's going to be even more harsh than Putin.
Oh dear.
But it's going to be like double-faced person for the whole world, Europe and the USA. He would say, "Oh, it was Putin's fault. We're gonna do better here." But this person is gonna be even worse for the people of Russia. That's what I see. It's gonna be another dictator,
Yeah,
but
of
he
course.
was gonna smarter that way. He's gonna camouflage in multiple ways, and that's a problem because either way I look, I don't see right now that Russia's going to be free of dictators. It's almost like a program running through this country that's the major experiment of those reptilian forms who go straight there like the headquarters, because look at the faces of their propaganda machine people that everybody knows. They are reptilians, even the way they talk. I see some of them used to say, there's this guy, Solovyov, he used to say that, like, never in the world will we attack Ukraine because this our neighbors, this our friends, we've always been doing projects together, movies together, and all this. And that was when he was 20 years younger. Look at him now. His voice is like, "Ah, ah, ah." It's different. I mean, and then I see him as a walk in. There's a reptilian inside him using his body. So most of those people are not people. They're just not. The whole government is a reptilian government. And that's why people who have the chance, they run away from that country because they just don't resonate by any means. Only those who themselves turned into this reptilian form because they either do drugs or they drink, or they just like were born in terrible circumstances and that lowers the vibration from birth, right, from day one. They are the ones who are staying. So the whole country is going to be like a threat. But the problem is there are other countries like this who are also going to unite with that one. And this timeline though breaks off from us because we cannot coexist in the same reality bubble with them. At some point, we're already in a way not coexisting. We're just kind of we're there, but we're not there. Like, look at my brother. Like I said it so many times, every time they bomb Kiev, he either circumstances like he slips over, he's not by the university where he teaches, and they bombed university
Mm-hmm.
twice, or he was stuck in the metro station for some reason because the train wasn't coming, it was late, and so his soul doesn't decided that he needs to get more experience, live through this without being, touched, and that's his reality. So everybody has his own. He's impacted, of course, too. He sits, every time I talk to him, he's with a candle at home because there's no electricity.
Yeah, we send all our solidarity to Andrei. All the best, for him. And
There's a lot
send
of
all. I
people.
always think of him, and send the best protection energy, white light always for him, because I mean, he's directly connected with you. You connected with me. You connected with all
Mm,
the people that follow you, that cares about you, Oksana. We all care,
right,
and
right. And
yeah, it's
and
not easy.
it's really interesting that even though he doesn't necessarily believe in what I do, right? You can say he's not awakened, but for me he is because he keeps, without understanding how it works, he keeps in high vibration because he made me laugh. He teaches courses online now because they don't want um, teachers to go to the university. That's where they kind of trying to bomb university, historical museums, libraries to eliminate the culture of Ukraine, right? To erase it from face of earth. And he says, like, Oksana, when this whole thing is over, I'll finally feel like I'm not dealing with some sort of esoteric class, because I feel like I'm doing a session you're doing with people. He said most people just like lying on the couches and turn off their camera because, you can do that during the class. And then I have to ask, Mihailo, are you still with us? Can you answer this question? Because his window is completely black. He turned off the camera, the student or that student.
Oh my
He said,
God.
I feel like I'm doing some esoteric, spirit calling session. Are you still with us? He
Oh,
makes me
bless
laugh.
him.
And then he says, the thing about this, there was one time when a student, he didn't know how to answer the question, and he called him, and he said, and he like, you could tell he did it on purpose. He froze like this.
Oh
and,
gosh.
and he said, are you, I mean, and he's like frozen. He said, I know you're faking it. Your connection is good. You're pretending you're frozen on the screen. It's kind of funny how people figure out. I mean,
Yeah.
see, we use our imagination here too, even by using technology. He
Yeah,
cracks
yeah,
me up with
typical
all.
students, but still, it's very good that they use a very good spirit,
Mm,
and because obviously they have to carry on with their lives, and they're trying to use everything they got, and
right.
it's not easy. So this is why I many people that they are very, oh my God, so delusional that they know everything right down about war, which you don't have a clue what the real people that are experiencing this tragedy is
Hmm.
going through. It's like, yeah. So, but
Yeah, that's
really,
true.
really, I really very appreciate what he's doing with the other kids, young people, carry on to do his duty, to keep his duty still.
Yeah, it helps when you keep yourself busy. You're always in the toughest times. You have to keep yourself busy and focus attention. His focus is he's just writing a diploma. For the other, he's getting second education because he's always. I think he'll be getting education until the last day of his life because he's like that, and that's good because he's focused on different thing, and that's why nothing is happening to him. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um. So. But yeah, let's you wanted to connect or look at the Earth, right? You have this map
Yeah,
in hand.
I was looking because I will going to create a special map. I was this project was quite for a long time, but I will going to prepare one map, especially December for the year 2023,
Hmm.
with all the where I going to. It's like a astrology chart, but it's more about energy. How's the world is using through economy, how will be even the climate, the water under the surface if it's moving, the power of the water, global warming, and most of all the war, the economy. What it will be if they are planning another strategic virus to
Right.
to kill half of the 8 billions population because we are too much apparently. And this message that they are bombarding in the media is always, remember, first they in the agenda they send, you know the topic, which was pandemic, was the war. Now is we are too much. It's like we are
Yes, I
too
I
much.
sent you that
People says that is true.
article.
It's like they accept. Oh, poor guys in Middle East. There was a tsunami. 200 people died. Yeah, yeah. But in the end of the day, we are too much. It's like they are. let's say, already giving you the sweet pill to accept that if there will be lot, let's say, climate or accidents or wars, it's okay because we are 8 billion of people. Sounds
Right.
strange, maybe sound very like the typical conspiracy theorist, sentence, but guys, you see, these 8 billion of people, it will be more and more and more in the news. Trust me.
Right. It's a
You know,
Sky News.
I never
Sky
made a
News, yeah.
mistake. I know that because they want to justify eventual disaster that they are already planned. Okay, in
And
order to people
subconsciously
get.
makes us
Mhm,
feel like guilty, right? That there's too many of us. Because it's a Sky News I saw on YouTube. It says there's an article here. You can go on
mhm.
the link and read it. It says world population to hit 8 billion as projections reveal where is growing the fastest. And I'm thinking, wait, look, guys, you even came up with a map where we're growing the fastest. So that's probably the great hint that disasters are going to happen exactly in those areas, or wars or conflicts or whatever, right? Oops.
No worries, guys. We have another 2 or 3 pandemic, issues. So no, it's
Yeah,
okay.
it's highly
More
recommended in
syrups.
Ontario now to
Yeah,
highly
more
recommended. Not mandatory yet,
and
but
more syrups to inject it. So
yeah, and look at people. I mean, a lot of people are scared and they don't even need a mandate. They just do it. They just wear this everywhere. Even I
uh,
mean, the craziest thing, they wear it outside in the snow, and we have snow coming that turns into rain. The whole thing is wet, but you still wear it. And I think, I mean, unfortunately, they need psychiatrists, psychologists, and psychiatrists as people at this point, because it's like a condition now of the
mhm.
physical brain condition. The fear turned into paranoia. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, it's I don't know. Is everything is connected? Is like I says, is agenda. A must go with B, B must go with C. So everything's connected.
Mm.
Syrup with the virus spread how? In the sky, in the water, who knows? But this
Sky,
is.
I mean, that's the craziest thing, isn't it? But the
Mhm,
thing is, as I understand, they came up with different plans. Since we're all wired differently, we'll be affected different ways. So you have to throw at the population of the so-called world all the fear more, producing situations, and see what group reacts to what, because they're hoping that one of the situations will get to you. If you're not scared of that is making you sick, you'll be scared of the bombs falling in your head. If you're not scared of the bombs falling in your head, you'll be
mhm.
scared of something else, and we'll give you all on the plate. You choose what you're gonna produce your fear towards.
Yeah,
What
and
thing?
remember they use special, the technology like the ondas. I know sometimes I don't know
Yeah, the
the
waves.
waves. I call ondas on the
Mm-hmm.
radio. This is an
Yeah.
old-fashioned word on the
Right.
radio that goes circles and
Uh-huh.
big, 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 and until goes.
Right.
Yes, but I was checking before we start with the percentage of energy,
Mm-hmm.
positive energy and negative energy. The death of Putin is what I check is about 80% of possibilities by 2023. The successor, good or bad, 50-50. So in a way, you says
Mm-hmm.
is camouflaging, and it will be like in a way it will stay in a sort of equilibrium balance for a
Right.
year or two. Then he probably will going to because energy, guys, goes ups, goes down. I mean,
Go. Yeah,
we
it's
can
always in
a
motion. The
work in
thing is,
progress.
I see a dream constantly, repeatedly. I've been seeing it, that I see a coffin and Putin in it, which is his clone doll, whatever you call it. And the snow is falling on his face. and it very much feels like December, January, something like this. Winter time, maybe February, I don't know, but the snow, the months doesn't really, it varies because it all depends.
Let me check. I
But
take a card. What you are saying now, if is connect with the card as well. So you see
mhm,
him with the snow, so probably winter in a
mhm,
coffin. Let's see.
right. And the positivity of the world, I see 43% versus
It's
the
like
rest.
it's like he will going to be killed as well because look,
They
that is
will
the
do
sword.
it.
That is the warrior going with the sword to kill him. That
Yep.
will something sharp.
They
That's
will pretend. I mean, because he's
yeah.
not real him anyway, so they can take him anytime they want. Um, to be honest, there are so many of them. I see this one particular guy who is actually a person, but he's an actor. I see them coming from a theater, that they took him from a theater and they put like some sort of like skin mask on him, you know? They have some technology there under Kremlin. There's some labs that you can do that. You can, like in those movies that you put a mask on and you look like a different person, but
Yeah,
that it
yeah.
looks like real skin thing. And he always has this very sad eyes. He agreed. He was very poor, but he was looking like Putin a lot. So they offered him a lot of money, and he did it for his family, for the sake of his family, because I also like talked to him briefly. I was about to fall asleep, and then I see that. And he said that I know they're gonna kill me at some point because when
Mm,
the main robot Putin, he said, will be, killed or dead for the whole world to see, he said all the people who look like him will be dead also. He said my time is coming soon. And that's why in some pictures you see this very different face with, look at the ears. Ears are different, and
yeah.
you
Ac-
cannot.
Actually, they says I think I read it like 10 days ago, maybe 2 weeks. They says they
Mhm.
already told it in the news that Putin has like at last three copies of him.
Yep.
That they are so one there is couple one they are so not really look like him, but is him. Look, they want to look like
Mhm.
him, but one is definitely the one that you're talking about. It he talks like him. Is I mean, and especially he knows that if they're trying to kill him, they kill him first. I have the feeling that they've been already couple deaths of Putin, a fake
Mhm.
Putin, obviously. So a couple ones that was definitely already killed. So this is why he's in the bunker because it's not only Ukrainians, the NATO him dead, but
Mhm.
I think he's internally they says we need to rid out of this this crack head because this guy is mad and is basically is many people is angry in Russia, oligarchs, football gurus, much money they're losing because of this man. Because now what you
Mhm.
can talk about is armies, nuclear. People don't give a damn about the nuclear. People want a good life. They want his yachts. They want women. They want popularity. They
Right,
want
and they lost it
prestige.
all. But
This is the god
there's
of money. Yeah, this
sorry,
is why many
interrupted
people they
you.
wanna. No, no, it's okay. This is why they wanna kill him. And I don't think it's only the Americans or the supporters of Ukraine. Internally, they are ever enough. This is suicide because they talk, they finance, no, come si dice? They sponsor the Putin's
Mhm.
death.
Right.
I
Yeah,
have a dream about it, a nightmare actually.
I just see like this four people behind who are controlling the situation, but they wanted a different figure. They didn't want to show their faces that it's them who are controlling because it's easy to take away this one. He's dead now, and that was all his fault. We are not at fault. Therefore, we can take over the throne. And when they take over the throne, there's going to be another experiment on the people who left in the country going on. And that's going to be for the new metaverse type, because that's when the sphere inside the sphere and separation, the shell, the old kind of programming is gonna reconnect. It's kind of like two things connect to metaverse, like you insert it,
Mm-hmm.
twist it, fixate it, and that's where all these experiments are gonna be in conglomerates existing. They know they have to leave, but they want to take their babies with them, and their babies is their projects. They very much cherish them. That's why they would never use nuclear weapons to destroy what they've created. They would not do that for sure. They already have the
No,
ways to transport beings. They don't need the portals created by nuclear explosions anymore. This technology is outdated.
exactly. What again? I think the first people that they having enough of this war is the Russians.
Mm,
Is not is this is the difference between Ukrainian people. They fight for the country because there is um, a dictator, a criminal, a new Hitler that wants to invade a sovereignty country.
mm,
So the difference is that Russia they don't want out this war. Is this doesn't is nobody trying to kick they out from the house. This is the
right.
true Russian. The true Russian defense is land, and especially if is if you threatened, his family is threatened. The Russian is like Ukrainians. They're very
Mm,
in this case, they're losing everything because this guy from another decided that he wants Ukraine. So this is the people why is I can see still the fire under the ground that is cooking, that is boiling. It's like the volcano before erupt. I think the Russians they don't want to come back in the communism where they really struggle, and now they have everything. They like to have, you know, the comfort that everybody has in these days, and now they are
mm,
denied. And this is what they lovely Putin is doing because they are. Don't forget that you talk as well.
mm.
They have a lot of people that support this guy. The people even supported the old Soviet Union. Many people are against Putin.
Yeah, it's older
Many,
generations are
yeah.
supporting it because they feel like the life was maybe better. But believe me, it wasn't. I lived through this time. I mean,
And people don't want to come back there. Come on.
no, of course not. It's ridiculous.
But anyway, let's check, especially with your beautiful mediumship skill. We're going to check now in negative in
Mm,
Europe. When I say Europe, Russia, Ukraine, and obviously Europe is quite vulnerable in these days. We are in Europe,
mm,
Italy, UK, Germany. They are really concerned. There is the energy here is of concern about an uncertain of the future. The economy is definitely crashing down. Then if it's the war as well, so okay, then it's over because there will be. So
mm,
here in Europe, we are really I mean, not me personally, but there is a struggle. There is a lot concern. People are really worried. People are losing a lot of money. Then we heard about the crypto scam, thieves of NTF, that they stole all this huge money and crypto almost collapsed. So sorry for the people they have probably lost. They saves the assets.
mm.
We're going in negative. Check between Russia, got from the spread like a circle, yeah? The red one, the red zone, which is Russia and Ukraine. How is the negative energy with a potential escalation? Okay, percentage.
It's not gonna be escalation. I just say no escalation. It's gonna be this is all. It's like two layers. One layer above, it's all for the public news, public sources of the news to create, they need to create escalation in people's heads. But what I see like Ukrainian army, right? Um, as a force of souls, they to me they look like a stream of light, and it goes through and like goes around the border and returns the whole Ukraine back, and it all lights up in light. But it's it goes slowly in the beginning, then it goes faster, and then at some point something happens, the whole thing lights up. So there's going to be some unexpected thing that will bring all the territories back to how it used to be.
Okay.
That's what I feel. It's going to be fast. It's not going to be like as long as people think.
I have look if is this number that I find here in negative is I find 30%. So this is means 70% is positive because 30% negative of escalation or negative, that when the red zone can be
Mm.
a blow, can be a, let's say, we were thinking that can be a escalation of a war or a disaster, but I have 20% of possibilities. This is mean is good, guys. Mean 30% is still something because there is still missiles, there are still bombs sent at Ukraine, there are still lot negative interference by other countries in the world, but 30%, for my opinion, is not too bad. What do you think, Oksana?
Yeah, the thing is, it's like there are multiple reasons why it happened, because also the people in Russia are given a chance to wake up and see that they've been lied to, they've been brainwashed to understand how that happened, that they had the false information about everything. Uh, and at the same time, Ukrainian force, you can call it the force of the real original soul or something like this. The majority are original souls, and they are given a chance to basically destroy the cyborgs. This Most of the Russian army are not even people. They're just the evil force created, in different labs. What they accuse Ukraine of, they do themselves. They have multiple bioweapon laboratories underground, cloning facilities, something like cyborg type machines, or they also have enhancement labs where they can enhance the human body. And at the same, in this mix, you got the people who are mobilized, and a lot of them are souls, and they come and they realize this is a war that kills children and women. Like, why am I here? We don't need this land. We have so much uncultivated territory in Russia. Like, why that nobody even lives there? We can create beautiful cities there. Why would we need more land? But the answer is there's something special about this land, and it leads me to the crystalline ship that is on the right under the heel of that Ukrainian, the Kiev city of Kiev hill, the ancient crystalline ship with all kinds of technology that they want to grab. And from a um, from a perspective of those dark forces, malevolent races of aliens, they want that. They don't care about people on both sides. Um, but it's also an experiment of trying out the cyborgs and by robots they created for the like as a super soldier army, you can call it whatever, but there's a lot of groups of different ones. that they
Hmm.
created.
Okay, I mean, the good news that we have here is that 70% of this area, especially between Ukraine and Russia, is that um, there will be people that don't want the war. That 70% is much stronger of positive vibes than 30% of negative vibes. So what you're saying is that there will be still, let's say, little fires around, but not the big fire that we was concerned. Maybe that's, you know.
The fire goes to Russia after the war is over
Hmm. Interesting.
because they're taken out. It's like they're creating. According to their plan, um, there's like a energetic separation happens from the rest of the world, and they're gonna create empire with other countries that support them and do something horrible next. It'll take years to do that, but in 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 return, see, but that's how Draco reptilians think. They think about force and creating an army. Other alien forms think more about energy supply from real souls and also uh, experiments. To do experiments, you don't need a war. You can do your experiments by little situations here and there.
Yeah, in fact, I was even thinking to go there. We're going to check now what is basically the next, okay, the next agenda for
Mm-hmm.
2023. So the good news is that this is was the first because everybody is involved at this point, with what's happening in Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
Some people says, "Oh, you're always talking about war, or you're always talking about." But guys, I mean, realistically, everything that is happening in the world is because of this war. Look at the inflation, look at the economy, look at even the relationship, diplomatic relationship between countries. Every country now is you want to have is say. Everybody's angry. Everybody wants a revolution because nowadays says people is vulnerable. Every part of the world is like a big when you are in a room full of gas and somebody
Mm-hmm.
wants to light a cigarette, it can explode. So uh, it's just because everything is connected, okay? Because that was the agenda after the virus, after the COVID. This is
Yes.
was this is was the agenda, and guys, it's like we are um, basically walking in the stairs. And what is the next now? What is the next step after the pandemic, after the treating of the war? Is what is next. So the economy is already bad, but the economy, I think, is the last one of the last probably disruption that will be
Mm-hmm.
2023. Which the economy is what keeps every country, you know, up, and many countries are drawing. Look at the situation in UK. UK is really doing bad with the pound, with the stock market or stock change. Sorry, in London will go into Paris. That is very bad news. Um,
See, they target, they bombard people with bad news. But the thing is, this winter is, there are gonna be very good explosive news and then very bad explosive news. There's gonna be a balance 50-50 of news.
mhm.
Because this world got to it's like a metaverse, like an eight. We got to the point of the center of that bow tie, and the center of this bow tie contains the extreme duality. So we'll experience extreme duality. Some people will have extreme luck, extremely good things happening very good way in their lives. Others will have like everything bad. And the same thing in the world as whole. Like I see like a big butterfly, one wing of this butterfly is white, another's black, and you're like in between. So which one do you go to, type thing. It's so you're always forced to choose where to focus your attention to. and where you want to gravitate towards according to your vibration naturally. You Some people actually deceive themselves by faking. They think they're in a positive vibration, but they're not.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because if you lie, if you in a not in the particular movement that says non-truths to others, you'll be a negative vibration, even if it's covered up with a fake layer of positivity. It would still lead you down, down, down until you reach the bottom and understand what you are doing wrong. And I feel like this is the time of people of understanding what, how, and why things are happening to them or
Mm-hmm.
to the world type
Like
thing.
Malanga says, Corrado Malanga, the guy that we follow,
Mm-hmm.
says that as soon we accept the good vibration, the bad vibrations is inside of us, and
Mm-hmm.
we don't have to choose, be dual,
Right.
dual, yeah, the duality. If you
Mm-hmm.
choose, oh, I'm the good, you bad. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Trump is crazy and Putin is in the end is good. You are making choices. You are like in the Latin word, the Divid Impera Matrix. They want
Mm-hmm.
you to fight. They want you to be sad. They want you to be afraid, scared. But if because the consciousness is good and bad together, so accept it. I don't mean that you have to be bad, but accept that is part of us. Is we need that part. So without good is not bad. Without
Mm-hmm.
bad is not good. So
Right.
because this is inside of us, that vibration is to accept that everything is happening for a reason.
Exactly, because people who believe that only if Trump wins, let's say, that everything's going to be great in the country, they already condition themselves for the failure because I don't see Trump winning, for instance, what I see right
Me
now.
too.
And if he when he doesn't win, look how many people are gonna produce negative vibration of, like, oh, there's so much hatred towards the other candidate who won,
Yeah.
and look how much injustice and all this stuff. They're gonna create. It's just gonna give more energy to Trump and who's behind him, to create more negative events
This
and
is what they want. It's like,
and
when you
fights.
charge your batteries, when you charge your mobile, when
Hmm.
people produce bad vibration, all the negative entities, they charge themselves. Oh, yes, yes, get more upset, get more angry because I'm charging, I become
Right.
bigger. And because you think, oh, no, that the guy is good and he's charging with a beautiful, angelic God, everything is better. No, guys, don't choose it, let it see, because everybody when is exposed it can show its true colors. When you fight for them, this guy is
Hmm.
always behind a big wall of negative energy. When I say negative energy, is because you create for them, and this is what they want. And behind them, obviously, is the master, Muppet, you know,
Hmm.
manipulator. So
Exactly.
uh, you can say, then we can choose. You can choose, but don't get sucked up from people angry. People angry, Oksana, you have a lot of supporters from Trump and they disappear. Okay.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, they didn't respect your views. They,
No, no. If
they
you're
don't want to see
against
that.
Trump, they hate you.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, and to be honest, I'm happy they left because, I mean, obviously, this channel is open for everybody, but what we really want is to understand that is a game. Here is a game that everybody, politicians, religion, institution, they are made in purpose to control you, to make you angry. Oh,
Hmm.
she's against Trump. Oh, she's
I
bad.
see chambers. When you say
Yeah.
Trump, I see chamber of Biden, chamber of Trump, chamber of other candidates. And to the chambers, people are connected through energetic cords, and each chamber will suck your energy if you are like I'm pro him. I want him to win, and all this. So you give your energy to this person. You're connected. It will suck in your energy all the time. And then
Exactly.
you'll get angry, of course, because that candidate will not win and they'll cause an us. So you're playing the game. All those pro-Trump people, they're playing the game big time. They're so connected to his huge egregore machine that sucks the energy out of them.
And again, until these freaks, this single man, okay, will be in the top of the pyramid, or the
Hmm.
pyramid, or whatever you want to pronounce. Nothing will going to change in the world. You will be always a slave. You will be always in the bottom, and shut up because we decide about you. We decide to send your son in a war and be killed, and you have just to have your medal, the nice music. I mean, it's come on, but you
Right. We're
still want
forced to choose
even to
and
believe.
forced to fight with those who don't choose what we choose. But once you say, I'm pro nobody outside of me, I'm pro myself and my soul and my children, my family, whatever that is, in your own bubble you choose, that's the best.
Mhm.
Because that's what you have to take care of yourself,
The solution is
uh,
never a solution
of
because
your emotional state. That's
it's
all it
never a
matters.
solution to live with, let's say, with 8 billion people. The
Hmm.
people asked to be more respectful for this planet.
Hmm.
Don't throw the plastic and the rubbish everywhere to kill unnecessarily animals and destroy the ecosystem. We're using so much
Right.
disgusting products that is destroying already the air, the chemicals that they put in our bodies. There are a lot of things to work, guys, and then the community start to work like, let's say, in a synchronized. Yeah, you don't need
Hmm.
a leader because the leader is in you. You are the leader. She's the leader. 10 people is leading this energy. Okay, so you don't need somebody that wake up in a bad mood today. He push the button. Okay, so the good life you still is, you are entitled to decide if what life you have. If somebody tells me, put this in your body because you are selfish if you don't do that, that the other person, because there is a virus. No, sorry. I don't trust, I trust myself. I trust my inner self. People call spirit guide, people call inner self, I mind, whatever you want to call. Trust your gut. Okay? If you believe in these things, fair enough. This is not because you're stupid, because you put um, uh, something in your body, but don't bully other people because they don't. Because it means you're not democratic. You're not a person that you really care because you go to church to pray to be a
Yeah.
nice soul, and then you are slugging off who doesn't put anything in his body, or because he's not fighting, or because he's not, because he's the politician, is not to go to church. I mean, guys, it's up to you. It's up to you if you really want, because people says, oh, there will be a new universe, there will be new changes, but in the end of the day, many people are still repeating this matrix circle, yeah, like a spiral.
Mm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything sucks you into some sort of machine, of a Gregor machine.
For me,
Everything.
yeah, for me, it's like watching the same movie over and over and over, and
Mm.
people still are getting upset and upset and upset. It's like, oh, what is
Drama,
today? What is to?
emotions.
And you can see the faces of these freaks, these old, stinky people in the power with all their relatives, the same people. Come on, but is you should know at the end of the movie, after you watch 10 a million times the same movie, who is the killer, who is the killer of the movie, who is the guilty one, like the Agatha Christie yellow. So it's
Hmm.
like that people still believe in these guys, they still fight for these guys when we know this guy don't give a damn about you. They want
It's
power.
like the solar system. For some reason, I got this metaphor in my head. Solar
Mm.
system is created, the planets rotating around the sun, right? Even though Russians think otherwise, according to the recent video when they asked people on the street. A lot of them said that the sun rotates around Earth, but that's just a joke, but it's true. I mean, that's what they responded. Um, so it's like people rotate around this parliament and government and all this higher than them, discussing them over and over. This Elon Musk, I feel sick of from him already. Like his name makes me sick, and all this. It's just like, no, stop rotating around them, their personalities. Start rotating around your own soul, your own family inside of it. What is your day gonna be like? What good things are you gonna do? Like my kids go to the beach or to the park, and they say, Mom, next time let's bring a garbage bag and pick up garbage. Why people leave it behind? So one person can make so much difference, you know? And if we all start thinking, well, how can I help the environment or outside or show by example? I mean, it's like a natural thing, isn't it? Rather
Yeah,
than sitting
think.
and recording nonstop videos, criticizing this guy or that guy, this channel or that, or, discussing this event or that event in the politics. Come on, how many? Like, it's endless. It's
I'm th-
endless.
I'm thinking if people votes, yeah, 70% decide for this idea. Why have us to
Hmm.
necessarily be one person that put this idea? Why will be not a squad? Oh, because everybody will fight with each other. No, because
Mm.
everybody going to have their own seat. Okay,
Okay.
like in a building, you have all these
Mhm.
members that il condominio. I don't
Oh,
know
yeah,
what you
yeah,
call.
the board of whatever members board and
Yeah, there is not a leader. There is everybody. Yeah, I mean,
it's just
sounds
people who
naive,
don't have they have lots of time, they have nothing to do, and they come up with stupid rules that
but even in the world, if they starting to think that there will be not about a person. A person is, in the end, behind a million, but one person, remember, is always a person. A person on
right.
his own, take it. You can't. It's like imagine all the big charge you give it to a single person to
Mm-hmm.
push the button. A
Mm-hmm.
person is always a person. Is strong because of you. But if
Right.
then the people go behind, yeah, and you leave
Mm-hmm.
this person on the top to the side, it's big responsibility. And they every time they blow up. This is why I believe there shouldn't be a person anymore in charge. There will be the community that
Mm-hmm.
you are part
That
of
works
community
as
B,
one. Here you go back to your, or the law of one or whatever it is. It kind
like
of
the
fits in because
tribes.
they give us the hints. We have to work as one for the benefit of each other, and that's the
Exactly.
only way. Because if we didn't have these stupid, commanders of the world in charge of each country, like we would have never had wars. There's so interesting interview I watched yesterday.
Hmm.
There's one soldier who got taken, by Ukrainians, and he said, "What I saw here, our rockets, Russians, are destroying beautiful Ukrainian villages, clean, beautiful houses. People are running from their own houses, from their own animals, and animals are gonna die because they cannot take them with them, like cows and big, of horses. And we're doing it all. And we live much, much more poor than them. We don't have this beautiful, what they have, buildings. And why are we destroying? Why are we treated? And I was like, it's like a moment of waking up. He's in front of camera. The journalist asked him, "So, how do they treat you in Russia?" "They treat us like animals in a herd." I understood it here because how you live and how we live, it's like we're 5 centuries apart. Like we are in 16s and you are in 20, whatever. So, and it just it gets to people who have a soul, and it's supposed to be. And that also, see, there's always, like you say, balance, stacked. There's positives, there's negatives. There's some people waking up and others are going back to sleep. Those who say, I'm not paying attention to what's happening in the world, I'm just focusing on my flower growing in the window.
Mm,
La 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 la. It's another extreme. Okay, you can be in the middle of
mm,
all these extremes. You can still be acknowledging what is happening in the world, understanding it rationally, taking it calmly, not developing like extreme emotions. Even if you do, that's fine too. Don't suppress that. I never suppress my emotions, because when I hear a story of a killed child, I mean, I can't suppress my emotions. But it doesn't mean that I'll catch. That's another fear a lot of people have. Ooh, if I have that negative emotion, the reptilian's gonna connect to me right away. Oh, that's a subliminal fear you have to work on, by the way, because you have to be like, okay, no matter what happens, if I catch somebody, that minute I can, cancel that somebody who attached to me, because I'm aware. That's all.
exactly. Um, Again, is the example is what you're saying is spot on, perfectly. And just to make it people to understand better, is it's like you have two idiots, okay, fighting, and you're laughing. But they says we have to choose one. But you says, but they are both two idiots. How can
Mm,
choose if they are both two? And this is what's
right.
happening, guys. Two idiots are fighting because they are charged. They have the power of you, that you are wasting your time, your energy, you're voting to give to an idiot the power. And this idiot one day, with the two of them, one will be the leader.
And
Okay.
the problem is the
Mhm.
instruments in the groups of aliens in their hands. They just the instruments. So if you think that you vote for a positive person, that person can be taken, can be inserted different programs via different implants. The person can become a different person when they suck the soul out and put a reptilian inside. They can change like this overnight, and you
And
don't have that
every
person anymore.
And every time somebody that you give them, you imagine all this big, massive energy you send to them, you
Oh yeah.
choose the God, you charge them. It's like the over, even the all energy gets out, is too much. I never had this energy.
Mm,
Then suddenly you leave them on their own. So they become
mm,
weak because sometimes, how many experience we had, a president to be to lost they chair for a woman, for scandals, for
mm,
cheating,
mm,
for
mm,
to be involved in frauds, scams.
mm.
Everybody knows that Trump was helped by the Russians. Everybody knows. Come on.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Well, the yes, Kremlin has a lot of connections. A lot of people they paid in European governments and courts.
then we
They
have
have their
proof.
own agents. I mean, it's
So,
KGB. That's how
yeah.
KGB acts. They
So,
buy people for money in different
exactly.
parts of the
And
world.
what's happened that September 11? Bush, the father of Bush, knew it. What was going on with in New York? What's going on? And the family of Bin Laden, they left straight away. So, do you understand, guys? When you are in the power, your hands are everywhere in a big jam. When you put the hands in the jam, you are dirt. Okay,
You
because they're
just create
money.
circumstances for people
Mhm.
to suffer, give the negative energy to
Because
you.
all the reptilians, all the other entities, they knock your door, and you have an offer from this, offer for that, and you starting to believe, I am
Mm,
God. I'm powerful.
exactly.
I can do
And
anything.
that's
I'm the
what screws
president.
up people, and that they
Exactly.
sell their soul. I've seen so many actors, singers turn crazy after
Yeah.
they reached popularity point.
Hmm.
It's amazing what how people transform into jerks who all they care is their money and their possessions.
Yeah, they lose the reality. They disconnect, and they don't even give. They think they can because I am. You know where I am.
Yeah, the
Typical,
soul is
typical.
possessed then by entities who actually
Uh,
control. And
because Sorry, I interrupt you, sweetheart. Sorry.
No, 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 it's
But
fine.
you keep
We
interrupting
do this to each
Oksana.
other. I'm the same way. That's we're reflection of each other.
Because
I
we have so
interrupt
many
you too.
information to say. Oksana, she's giving me every time. You are like, more I talk with you, more things get out, because together the energy is right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yes, basically, this, what you say, singers, actors, people in the power, when they are left in their own room,
Hmm.
because don't forget that behind them is always a squad, a team that they support them, that advise them, that make them beautiful, they make them
Right.
pretty, they
Right.
write down what they have to say,
They feel
they speak.
powerful.
Oh, look, they okay. Give a check to the charity to the kids, okay, because you
Eh,
look good.
right, right. And they like the sun in the middle. It's an egregore machine. Like to think about it, solar system is like an egregore machine too, in a way, The sun is powered by the planets and then vice versa. It's all connected. It's like a snowflake with a center in the middle. Every wheel has a center in the middle. Center in the middle is a soul with energy and all the life sprouting from it. All the lives are, or clones or hybrids. They all suck in the energy from it and goes outwards.
Exactly. So this is why it's important when you, in a good way, have the risk to be popular. You have to have a strategy and to keep you as a single person, because you're going to be always a single person, but you are what you
Right.
are because other people, not because of you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you allowed me, Efisia, to speak with you, Oksana, you allowed me to listen to me. We are two.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you say to me, Efisia, I don't care what you to say. So I don't have nothing to say to you because you're not allowed me to talk. But when I have one Oksana, when I have my son, your children, 10, your friends, 20, 30, everybody says, Efisia, I like your idea. Yes, Efisia, tell everybody talking about my idea is thanks to you and to everybody behind you, not about, I send you something good that can
Mm-hmm.
easily be reversed. Be you saying the good idea, and I'm saying, wow. So without the people, I'm nothing, and I'm strong because suddenly I am in the top of the building, taking decisions. But still, I am a human being with my fears, with my
Mm-hmm.
monsters, demons, aliens, entities. So
Right.
people says, well, then what we do? What we do is that these ideas must be shared. Everybody has his duty. I will be part of this idea, but I know
Mm-hmm.
I'm not good to do this. I'm not good to do that. I can't do everything. Yeah, but you have your advisor. They can tell you what is right to do. Not, no, because one person is advisor, the other person, the right.
Just so like a reflection of each other, like two neurons connect and make a neural connection, and that's when we send impulses. Impulses are our thoughts and ideas. So one neuron talks, another one reflects and talks back.
This
And
is why
also,
we
you
have to
can notice
be.
some things about yourself looking at me because we found each other for a reason, right? Like reflection of each other. So that makes sense. Yeah.
This is why there must be the community to be in charge, and the people that was not
Mm-hmm.
happy about the idea that
Mm-hmm.
now is in charge. They working for a better idea that will going to work better in the next elections, okay? And
Right.
work to adjust and to make the idea that is in charge now to work even better. This is
Mm-hmm.
the real people. I and this not to I'm not naive, guys. I know they are bad people. I know there is always temptations, but trust me, you can see that like the bad what you call grass in a garden, you can see straight away that from the color, and you go and you take a
Mm,
that will be
right,
more easy to catch and to caught, okay. But
right.
to have all these way to think, there will be a lot of people that are really to get out from the matrix, and the matrix is at the moment is easy eating lot.
Yeah, we already got out of it,
Yes.
energetically. It's just that the physical body is embedded in it. It's like a
I can't
platform.
be I can't be said to be so arrogant that I don't feel in the mat. Sometimes the mat is trying to suck me inside. If I get
Mm.
upset, if I waste my time in stupidity or because of
It's
yeah.
normal. It's also like ding dong, balance act in between the good day, bad day. Because we're in the system, that's how its mechanism is made. It's always balancing. But oh, well, it's probably a good way to finish. Actually, I forgot to plug in my computer. It's gonna
Mhm.
turn off
Do
soon.
we're going to do this the connection with the Marilyn or we can do it tomorrow?
Let's do it next time. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to connect. Oh, tomorrow if you're busy. Sorry, free.
No, I can do it like yeah, tomorrow easily.
Yeah, I'm very. I like Marilyn Monroe. I think she was a very misunderstood. I definitely don't like the movie. They it was a movie recently, Marilyn Monroe. I didn't like at all. Sorry,
Mm.
guys, but I
Yeah.
I, well,
They distorted information probably, like they
yes,
usually do.
the private life must be private first. And
Mm.
I feel this woman have been used, been treated very bad, and I feel that you can connect with this sweet lady and tell
Mm-hmm.
us a few information. So if you tomorrow free, we
Yep.
can connect with
Let's
the
do it.
beautiful Marilyn. And thank you so much. And
Thank you, Faisal.
the good news, guys, sorry before you leave, is that Oksana finally goes to Florida. Yeah. We
Well,
allow,
still there's a lot of things to do, and that's gonna be quite a trip. It's
but we
not
are
easy.
happy.
The
You know,
whole thing
guys,
is
I
not
say
easy.
this
But
because
thanks
I'm
to
going to
Efisia, she
visit.
gave me the contact.
Nah,
It all unfolded from that. No, you gave a positive, energetic boost to the whole thing because I just nothing was putting. You know also why? Because I wasn't sure what area I wanted to be, and once I realized and defined the area, that happens. We found that before we're like, should we go here or that area? When you don't know the, let's say you're moving to a country or just a different city, if you don't know the areas or neighborhoods in the city, how can you choose which where you want to live? Exactly. That's what was me. And that's why it didn't happen before. Once you know exactly where you want to be, that's when it happens. Yeah. And I knew that was the case, but I was undecisive. I couldn't. On top of this, there's different circumstances and events. It just the energy didn't feel like it got to the point of boiling. When it boils, it happens fast. So it was just still accumulating the right energy.
I think the
But anyway, let's not say
right
beforehand because
time.
we're still in the process. But yeah, I'll announce later.
I'm sure that in a way or
Everything
another
is
you
set.
find the way because you know when it's time to to move or I mean yes I'm glad that I give you the information but I pretty much sure that everything's connected with the universe because we guys you know that me and Oksana we already connect in a different dimensions. So yes, I can't wait to come to visit you. By the way, and to be
Yeah.
taking sun, my cocktail,
Yeah, I'd
yeah,
love to go to
suntan,
Sardinia. That's behind you, Sardinia, right? Oh my gosh, it's so
Sardinia. That
beautiful. It's like paradise.
Sardinia, you're going to love it. I'm sure one day you come with your family, and because I have a place there and
Nice.
a place that is waiting for you to come to visit.
It's gonna happen. Someday we'll be doing a video from Sardinia.
Definitely together. So thank you
Hmm.
so much. And we're
Thank
going to
you.
speak tomorrow with the beautiful Marilyn.
Okay,
And ciao,
thanks.
ciao.
Ciao.